Look at that, what I pulled out. At that. It don't look like, look at the thickness. This is thicker than the other ones. You see that? That came out of there. See that? Look at, here how I say smack. Watch that. Yeah. Smacking the camera. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It done came in threes all apart. Look at that. Look at that. Look at how it broke apart right there. Look at that. Yeah, but I take that back. You smell that right there. Yeah. I'm gonna take my time. I had to come back out here and cut all that. I just wanted to get some of it down, y'all. Look at that. You see that? You see that right there? You see that? Now, some people may not be amazed by stuff like this, but I kind of just went past it and then said, wait a minute, it's something here. Look at that. Look at all that. Look at that. Not to mention, the cleanup part is going to be heck. Look at all that. This is why I need the tripod, y'all. But, you know, at least, you know, you got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere, see? You got to start somewhere. See that? See that? I know I already gave y'all the scripture and everything. But see, if you stop right here and just cut this part right here, it's gonna, this whole thing will just grow right back. And I know, like, the little insects and everything, they are loving it, because it ain't nothing but just something that you can kind of latch on to. And this, you know, this is why you want, you know, certain protection and stuff like that, because, you know, especially like in this part, it could be anything in that part. And once I get to that part, that's where the real challenge is on here. And I still don't know if I can kind of knock down the whole thing, but I do got the weed whacker, and I might need that other, you know, the other thing, yeah, that saw to kind of make sure that it come down. You know, look at that. Look at that. See that? See that? It's just like, just the tips of it that I'm cutting. Yeah, look at that spider right there. I'm gonna put the scissors to it. Like a little spider right there. You see that? See that hanging on the web? See that? Right there. Waiting to jump down. See, that's why I got my hat on. They can't wait to jump down. Not today, baby. Not today. You can jump down, but not today. So I'm just getting a lot of it. And this is why I like to, you know, have that tripod or have that cameraman. You know how these people have cameramans and stuff like that. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. See that? I feel the breeze. It's a little bit breezier out here. It's a little bit a certain temperature and thing out here. And see, if I was just doing this, I would be out here hours. Somebody gets this thing, you know, razor blade sharp, y'all. I mean, I can't. Some of you already know. They're like, yeah, we know that plan already out there. But you know, when you get to it, it's like, you know, you can't even. What's the name? It. Yeah. Some of the pieces have gotten look like it's some rot, which is good. Really good. Yeah. Let's see. What is he out there doing? He's crazy for doing this. Well, you know, I was gonna get around to it anyway. No time like the present. At least I feel better now. You know, somebody, you know, like you have a direct path if you walking up here. So we're gonna get a couple more of these high ones too. I tell you, I'm not even really getting pricked, but the little stem of it, they hurt. I'm not even getting really pricked. But that's why I'm cutting down. You see how I'm cutting down the prickles first? See that? I'm doing that first. Cutting away, you know, not letting it get nowhere near my face. Cutting that down first. That's the main thing. You want to cut these little spikes down first. Cut some stuff out your way. See how that one just jumped out? You see how that one jumped out at me? I had something on me though, but it jumped back. See how that jumped back? Look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Bam. Look at that. Look at that coming out like that. Nah. I remember this thing too. I wouldn't. Maybe this is from years and years of the work not being done. It had to been because I don't remember it being like this. Like, and this way you had to call on Jesus and say, Jesus, yeah, that. Look at all that. You want to get it down. When I think about this, I'm thinking about, like, you know, people that's walking past, the mailman and stuff like that. So when you see stuff, you sort of do stuff. You don't gotta wait for your grandparents to tell you, your mama, your daddy to tell you things like. You ain't gotta wait. Like I could have got to this a while back, but I've been doing other stuff. For an example, you can walk over here right quick. I had to seal these steps out there. I still got a little bit more work to do because I want to get like this one a little bit more. You know, I had to, like, you know, cut the grass and stuff a little bit. Just a few things I had to do. But you don't want to get too behind on your work. See how, I mean, even this part is sharp, right? But you see how I'm starting off with the tips of it. That, and just, okay, we just gonna spike it down. And when I come back with the yen, so hopefully the thing is good enough where I can just yen. It's still gonna, either way, it's still gonna take some time. I may be doing this for a few days because even right now I don't feel like doing it. But sometimes, if you know anything about life, you do things that you don't feel like doing. You ever had those things where you say, Lord, I don't feel like doing this. But this is one of the times where as though you don't feel like doing. I don't feel like doing this. Yeah. I don't feel like dealing with no spikes and stuff like that. But then see, sometimes life could throw you a curveball. You know, this may be something to make me stronger or something. I mean, you never know. You never know. This might make me stronger. This might teach me something. And they say all things have purpose, right? Yeah. Y'all might think, well, you gonna cut all this down by hand? No, I'm not. I'm just doing this to kind of show y'all. Look at how that middle one's so tough. It's just like I'm gonna grow, you know. I'm gonna end this one and come back